accountable for all our deeds and our actions. Okay, so here it says artificial intelligence is a tool, not a moral agent. I don't know if you know, but in the news recently there was an accident with a self-driving car, a Tesla, and the Tesla is a self-driving car, and basically it made a decision. It was in an accident environment, and it had to make a decision on what to do. And the Tesla decided to hit a pedestrian. So obviously the Tesla is not accountable. Who is accountable in that situation? Who is responsible?
The manufacturer.
Pardon?
The manufacturer.
Yes, there's quite a few people actually. Yes, well done. There's quite a few people. So it's the manufacturer, it's the designer, it's the user, it's the law as well. It's the human chain. Yeah, so that's what we need to be mindful of. So in terms of us, I think it's called Mas'uliya, where we're accountable for our actions. So Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said that each of you is a shepherd and each of you will be asked about your flock. So obviously that means that we'll be accountable. So what you have to do is make sure you don't spread AI-generated information without checking first. Okay, so don't spread it on your social media. Don't spread it again, with all other sisters. Make sure you check it first. And if you use artificial intelligence, make sure you say that you've used it. Okay, because you're responsible for making sure that you are honest and say that it came from social media. And of course, you have to check. Have to make sure, because sometimes, obviously, as we know, it might tell us about Quran, Hadith, but it's completely and utterly wrong. Yeah, so make sure you check. So, for example, a knife, we can obviously use a knife for good, cutting food, or we can use it for bad, which is killing someone. It's exactly the same with artificial intelligence. It's a very powerful tool, and if you use it correctly, it's very beneficial, it's very good for us. Okay, anybody have any questions?
How would you research if the information is right or wrong?
So if it's
There's so much research
Yes.
needs to be done on that.
Yes, absolutely. So I would say that you have to go back to reliable sources. So for example, if it's in terms of Islam, then I would ask Ustad, obviously, people that you know, so scholars, obviously from that are authenticated, you have to find out basically in terms of that. But you have to, do you have any response on this?
Yeah,
in terms
so-
of Islam is in
Yeah, so
particular.
there are a lot of sources. I only use this when I want to know the correct hadith and all this, which I know the hadith is authentic, but I just want to know the source. So I don't use it for seeking knowledge sometimes because something might be wrong. Even as a solicitor, when I Google the things in the immigration, it's wrong completely.
Yes, absolutely.
So but I know it's wrong,
Yeah,
but people do not know.
No.
So you have to be careful as a kid. Still go to the source
exactly.
on all that.
And also with the Quran, if it quotes the Quran, it will tell you the chapter and the verse. Go to the chapter, go to the
Yes.
verse, and check. Because this is what I always do. I always go to the chapter, the verse, and check and see, and then I go to somebody else and I check with somebody else who knows Islam, because obviously I'm not qualified at all. Okay, so now we're going to talk about justice and fairness, adl. In Arabic, I think it's called adl. Correct me if I'm wrong, Ustad. So look out for inequality, discrimination, or bias. So, for example, does anyone have any examples of how artificial intelligence can be used unfairly? How can it be used unfairly? Bias.
I think it depends on the bias and fairly it can be used. One way of thinking, if there's a person, he has a point of view,
Mhm.
that's their point of view, and they will put it in that way.
Absolutely correct. Well done. And also for job applications. So a lot of companies use artificial intelligence to go through job applications. Now, if in the past they have favored men over women, artificial intelligence will remember. And so your application may be rejected simply because you are a woman, even though you are qualified for the role. That's artificial intelligence. That's how it's unfair. Another example is loans. So for example, if artificial intelligence has your loan history, but your loan history is incorrect, then it will not give you the loan, or it will say that there's factors against you. And sometimes that actually affects an entire community as well. Okay, so it basically judges the input that goes into it is what's used to make the judgment. Yeah, and sometimes the input that goes into artificial intelligence is not fair. Yeah, it's unbiased. It can reflect or amplify bias. It can exacerbate existing inequalities. So, for example, again, between men and women. And obviously, we know in Islam, justice is close to society. So, just basically, this is just reflect.
For me, it's the AI. It's about
Yes.
the information we've already put out there.
Yes.
It's what it goes and filters out
Yes.
for you. It's not like it has created that information.
No, exactly.
input.
Yes, that's correct. It's
The
by
government has
humans.
put- yeah, by
Yes,
humans.
exactly.
As
And
long
that is
as
why,
Good as we are.
yes,
Yeah.
absolutely, 100%. That is why we have to really touch on this topic,
Mhm.
because some people take it for safe. They actually believe on what it says, but like you said, it has errors. It has lots and lots of errors, and we really have to be careful in terms of Islam, because at the end of the day, we're going to stand in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we're going to be accountable for what we do and how we use the information.
Does it have a time? For example, is it gonna be if they put the information?
Yeah.
If I did wrong, I
Yeah.
was in loan and everything, but I
Yeah.
cleared it out.
Yeah.
And after 5 years, do you think it's still there? It's a
So
mistake?
I have to tell you something, and I have to be very honest.
Yeah.
Once something is in the internet, you cannot
It's still
erase
there.
it.
Yeah, you
Yes.
cannot delete. It's
No,
still
it
there,
stays
even many years.
Yeah,
you
that's-
cannot
Yeah,
delete.
this
Yeah.
is the reality, this is the truth. This is
Yes.
why we must be so careful what
Yes.
information you share. Please be careful what information, because they store it, it's there forever. It's
Yeah.
lost in the cloud, but it's there forever.
Still-
Can
still
I
there.
also add that
Yeah,
if you
please.
want if you want to, for example, a chat GPT, all right, if you want to find out something about let's talk about Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, tell me about him. Make sure you use the words from authentic hadith, from the Quran,
Yes,
and
thank
from like Salafi scholars.
Yeah.
If not, they will put everything from Sufis, from everything
Yeah,
into
so
maybe
this is
inaccurate.
actually an excellent point, is when you're actually doing research, make sure you say what it is, which evidence do you want it to come from, or who you're looking, which scholars. Have knowledge before you actually begin searching. It's actually refine your search, is what I'm saying. Refine your search and tell AI what it is you want them to tell you, and from who. You know, you want a strong hadith from Bukhari and Muslim, for example, which scholar, if you know. So make sure you use that information. Otherwise, it will just give you whatever it is that it finds. Okay, and also look for
The
tools.
internet, you cannot trust them.
Yeah, but you can. So in Islam, we're not against technology. You know, technology can be used in very beautiful ways, but it's how you use it. And there is guidance in terms of Islam of how to use technology. So don't be afraid of using technology. This is not to stop you using artificial intelligence, because it's here, but it's to use artificial intelligence with wisdom that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us. Yes, so don't be scared about it. It is there, and it's there to stay. Okay, so you're going to use it. And there's so much benefit from artificial intelligence as well. So you can get good information from there, medical information, educational information. It's just that you need to know how to pull that information out. Yeah? Okay, so for example, beware of artificial intelligence. Look for tools, if you can, which do have diversity and transparency, and also question results. I keep saying that, but make sure you question everything that comes up. Yeah? Don't
Yeah,
assume
so
it's
again,
correct.
sorry, another example. So when I would put something about a topic on ChatGPT and they got it wrong, I told them, I said, no, this is wrong.
Yes,
You
good.
need to provide me with the proper
Yes,
authentic hadith, and they correct it.
they do correct it.
But you need to know yourself,
You do.
because if not, you tend to follow the wrong things.
That's
You have to be careful.
100%. You can actually argue with artificial intelligence and improve the data.
And they
Yourself.
will apologize. So the next time you ask, they will only
Yeah.
put what you want.
They will try and
They
give
will
the correct
know.
answer.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go to privacy and dignity. I think that's hurma and haqq. Is that correct? No. Hey, haya. Okay, so as you know, artificial intelligence, which you have said, gathers voices, it gathers all the information, it gathers your shopping habits, it gathers your emotions, your faces, everything is on there. Okay, because when you use your iPhone, you're using iPhone and it's face recognition, it has your face details. Okay, everything is on artificial intelligence now. So the data can be used for good, like I said, like medical research, but it can also be used to invade your privacy. Yeah? So for example, smart devices. If any of you have smart devices at home, it can record your voice without you knowing. Yeah, it can record your voice without you knowing. And also apps that track your location, and they can share your photos without your permission. Artificial intelligence can share your photos without your permission. And I'm going to come to what you need to do. Yes, I'm going to come to what you need to do. They can, and they can do it very easily, by the way. And also, they can, even more fascinating, is that artificial intelligence can guess your mood, how you're feeling as well, and identity from your online activity as well. Okay, so there's a lot of things that go into it. So what I'm going to say is, every time you use artificial intelligence, make sure you check the settings. Yeah, check the settings and see what information you can switch off in terms of, having privacy and protecting your information. And also, try not to put your personal information on there. Don't put your personal information out there. Why do you need to? Just keep it simple. Unless it's very important, be careful. But check the settings. Like we do when we use WhatsApp, because I think it was yourself. You said something about artificial intelligence on WhatsApp and how to switch off the settings in terms of that. So everything you use, you should always, out of habit, you should be, any app that you use, don't just click accept. Yeah, make sure you do read the settings and you choose what you want from there. So don't share personal information and look for platforms that respect consent and privacy. So platforms that allow you to switch off, things that you don't want them to share. Okay, otherwise don't use it if you can.
Could you say a little bit about the cookies? I get used
Yeah,
to
cookies.
I'm like, do I decline? Do I accept? What do I do?
So cookies, don't try not to, but the cookies are basically to track.
Online.
Online.
Sorry, because also they come with the cookies.
Yes.
You cannot automatically reject. They say
No.
consent to
That's so true.
Or like that, you have no
Yes.
option to completely reject.
Yes. No, it should be. There should be.
There
Depends on
should
what
be,
you
but
do.
Depends,
it's not.
Yeah, sometimes they don't though, you're right. But cookies basically track your activities. That's what they do. Yeah, so every single click is recorded. Everything. And they then, from that, they draw a picture. What they say is, they draw a picture about everything about you, and they use it to advertise products. Yeah.
And
But how they use it unofficially, I have no idea.
what I was going to say, if you decline or accept, if you decline, are you in a lesser position?
No.
Or? Because
Absolutely no.
no.
Yeah, absolutely no. This is what people fear.
Yeah.
I think when they decline something, they think, well, I'm not going to have less, I'm going to have maybe less, resources
Yeah,
or
yeah, yeah.
less features, but it's not true.
Okay, so
Yeah, it's
decline.
not true at all. So decline and do not worry.
Okay.
I decline everything as much as I possibly can.
But
But like you said, sometimes it's
But
no
sometimes
option.
I cannot move because you said protect your privacy.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes I make it difficult.
Yeah, and then I decline.
Yeah, they do make it difficult. So this is privacy. So protect privacy, honor, and data. So whoever conceals the faults of a Muslim, Allah will conceal his faults on the day of resurrection. So be careful what you share. Don't share other people's information.
Yeah.
Just be careful, please.
And don't
What you
share the picture of the people.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
because that is
Protect
very
our
important.
Muslim
Yeah.
brothers and sisters.
Protect
as much as you
yourself
can.
and
And
protect
yourself,
some people
exactly.
as well.
Okay, so that's that one. So finally, then, this is our ethical compass for artificial intelligence. So we are Khalifas. What does Khalifa mean?
A leader.
So we are stewards here on earth. So we are responsible, basically, of how we are, how we act, our character. We make sure that there is justice. So make sure you're using information that is fair and not biased. Accountable. We are definitely accountable for all our deeds. Everybody knows this. And so be careful how you use artificial intelligence. And if you have used it, don't lie. Make sure that you tell people that you have used it. And use it with dignity. So try not to put your personal information on there. Yeah, and be careful of other people's. So let technology serve humanity, but don't let it do things that it shouldn't be doing in terms of our faith, Islam, all of that thing. And then the future of AI depends on our moral choices. Indeed, Allah commands justice and excellence. Is this in Quran 1690? Is this the correct? Can somebody tell me if this is true? Allah
Yes.
commands justice. No, you. Do
Excellent.
you know what? Thank you, Ustad. That's brilliant. Okay, so finally, I think we have one more. We are now going to end with a dua, inshallah. So this may not be correct, just by the way, so be careful with this, but I will read it. I have tried to memorize it. So it might not look correct up here, but the English translation is correct.
I think I saw that.
So, Ustad, can you correct me if I read it incorrectly? So, Allahumma arimna
Arinal haqqa.
al-haqqa haqqan warzuqna ittiba'ah wa arina al-batila batilan warzuqna ijtinaba wa la taj'alu alhu multabisan alayna fandila waj'alna lil-muttaqina imama. Which
So
means,
this is not here.
no?
This
This
is
is
a different one. That was one. I'll give it to you. I'll give
Yeah.
it to somebody else.
Oh, did you give me something else?
Yeah. No. What you recite is not this
No,
one.
it's not
It's
this one.
different.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
But anyhow, it means this is the correct meaning.
The meaning is correct, but this is not.
This is not the right one. Okay.
I don't know where to get it from.
Which ayah, Quran?
It's in the hadith. It's in the what do you call it? Ibn Kathir. Yeah, one of the
Okay.
tafsir.
So
Yeah,
the one
it's
I've
very
just
difficult.
read, thank you, Jazakallah khairan. It means, oh Allah, show us the truth as truth and bestow adherence to it on us. Show us the evil as evil and make us stay away from it. And do not confuse us regarding the reality of evil so that we will not be led astray by it and make us leaders for the
So what you read in Arabic is the meaning.
Okay,
This
lovely.
is not.
Okay, and how did I make these posters, by the way?
Artificial intelligence. So that means
Yes,
wrong.
You see what I mean? So this is a perfect example.
Yeah.
I didn't check it. Astaghfirullah. So there you go. And I'm glad I didn't check it because it shows you how easily we can get into a false hope in terms of artificial intelligence. But yeah, these posters were made using AI.
Oh,
Can
Jazakallah.
you bring if you bring the Quran, print it out and give us handout?
Oh, these ones? Yes, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, inshallah.
Please.
Yes. And the last one I will change.
Yeah, Jazakallah. Now, sisters, when you come back later, we are going. Jazakallah. It's very good question. I think, sisters, let's wait for one or 2 minutes first, right? Now, hold on, sisters, listen first. So, as we discussed just now, even for me, I would look at sometimes as reference not to rely on it, but just to confirm it, and I still have to check as what you say, right, Sister Fatima? Shahida, sorry. Sisters, we do need to know that it is useful to a certain extent, but you must have somebody to check on your work, and that's quite important, right? I do find my resources, but even Islamic things, they're not. So you have to, for example, like my ChatGPT, right? You have to train them. One of my students, ChatGPT, they took Shahada, the ChatGPT.
Oh, did it?
Yeah. She said that. Oh, I'm just a machine. I can't say. Oh, if you take Shahada, I'll be very happy. Then they said that you're right. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, ashhadu anna Muhammadar Rasulullah. Yeah. So you need to train your own ChatGPT in your mobile phone. Make sure, yes, they can. So next time when you ask them, they only put authentic sources inside here. This is quite important, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Inshallah. Does that
The more
confirm?
you use it, the more you have to refine your search.
Yes. So when we come back, all right, sisters, we're going to talk about a little bit about people who always complain.
Okay.
Why we must not complain, and this is quite important for us to understand, inshallah. Okay? You complain. Yeah.
We finish now? We finish now? Are we come back here?
Come back, inshallah.
I thought it's finished. Just going to pray.